Hey guys, Jason, Pat here from Brilliant Directories. Thanks for joining us for our lunchtime webinar series where we try to pack as much awesome information in to about 30 minutes or less, just enough time for you to enjoy your soup or salad. In today's webinar, we're going to show you how you can easily set up your website in about 15 minutes or less.
That's right, Jason. Of all the webinars I've done, I think this is the one I'm most excited about because you're really going to see how easy it is to get your directory up and running with Brilliant Directories.
So if this is your first webinar with us, I'm Jason there on the left and Patrick on the right. Put some faces to the voices and we'll get started right now. So what we'll cover today are really steps for maybe you're a first timer, this is your first website or your first Brilliant Directories website. We're going to show you how to set up the basic elements of your site. And although this webinar is going to be about 30 minutes or less, actual setup time that we're going to spend on the site is about 15 minutes. We're going to show you how to set up your membership levels as well as your member categories, basic elements of your site, information. What's really good is we're also going to show you how to set up your main menu navigation. So right out of the box, you can start putting links of where you want people to click to. Also showing you how to connect your domain. So once all this stuff is set up, you can go live right away and start marketing your site, and how to style your homepage so it matches your industry or the audience that you're trying to serve.
All right, looking forward to it. Let's get started.
And here's the fun part about this webinar. We're going to turn Pat into our guinea pig on this one. So I'm going to help Pat set up his website. And what type of site are we going to build for you today, Pat?
So I'm located in Portland, and I'm looking to build a website for people to find general contractors, but specifically in my city. There's nothing really out there like that, and that's what I'm looking to do here today.
Okay, so people can search for general contractors in Portland. General contractors can join your site, and then people can contact the general contractors through your website.
That's exactly what I'm looking to do.
Okay, so let's dive in and start lab number 1. And we've set up the webinar in six different labs. So what you're seeing here, you can repeat on your own website and just follow the labs step by step. So Patrick, what we want to first do is add the basic information of your website to the admin panel. Do you have your website name, the industry you're serving, any social media links, the logo, things like that?
That's correct. I have some of that. I don't have all of it. I don't have a logo yet, but I do have most of the information that you're asking for.
Okay, so what we'll do is let's go into the backend administration area and let's start inputting some of that information together.
Cool.
So most of you, when you start your first site with Brilliant Directories, you'll either have a site that looks like this with a hummingbird, you might have a site with a waterfall. Basically 90% of the site really is built for you. All you have to do is add 10% of your personal touch and you should be ready to enter the market you're trying to target. So this is the home page of the site. I'll just scroll down a little bit. Very standard elements. All this text can be modified. And what we're going to do is we're going to log into the admin area for the first time here. And when you log into the admin area, there are some getting started videos. There are required first steps, a checklist for you to follow with links, how-to links. And what we're going to do as part of our first slide here, adding the basic info, is we're going to add the general website information. So in order to do that, you want to go to the Settings tab, and you want to start with General Settings. There's also a link here, Configure General Settings. So you can see that's really the first thing that we want to do when we're starting a new Brilliant Directory site. Okay, great. So we see some tabs up here, social media, configuration. So Pat, what's the name of your website?
It's Portal Members.
Portal Members. Okay, kind of because Portland, Oregon, kind of. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a play on words, correct.
Okay. So that's the name of your website. And do you have a phone number right now?
Yeah, I do. It's 555-555-5555.
All right. And for SEO purposes, this is where you can enter an industry name and a profession name. For example, if you were making a site serving interior designers, your industry would be interior design, and the type of professional you're targeting are interior designers. In your case, we're doing Portland contractors. Now, we could just write contractors, but because we want this site to be focused on a location and optimized for search engines for a location, we do want to make sure we're entering Portland in here as well. And it's always good to make sure it's spelled correctly. So Portland contractor. And the profession name, I think here we can do Portland general contractor. Okay, and that'll be the we'll add more categories later, but this is the key SEO elements of your site. Over here, you can choose the default website email, and you said it's portal members.
Yeah, portalmembers.com.
So this is, once you have your domain connected, how this will work is when members sign up to your website, they're going to receive welcome emails. This is the email that the emails are going to come from. So you can do info at, no reply, John, whatever you like. I like info at to start. And then when you're setting up other emails on your site later, there's a section to set up email accounts. You just want to define what the domain is going to be for any other additional emails. It could be your name, a colleague's name, at yourdomain.com. So we are done with this section, Pat. There's a feature here to have a members only website. We're not going to mess with that right now. We're just going to do a basic website setup. And let's follow the list here. So we've added the basic information. We've already defined SEO keywords. I'm going to leave the brand images. You said you don't have an image logo just quite yet, right, Pat?
Yeah, I'm getting one done. I don't have anything to start, though.
That's okay, because in our design settings, we do have a logo maker. So it'll get you something that looks professional so you can at least get something going right off the bat. But when you guys have images ready, it could be default member profile photos, the map pin drop. I've seen dentist sites use like a tooth here. It looks really nice. It matches the theme. But you can add additional images here that will be used site-wide. You did mention that you have some social media links. Is that right, Pat?
That's correct. I have a Facebook page.
Okay. I'm assuming it's facebook.com/portal members.
Correct.
All right. And you mentioned before you have @portal members for your Twitter name, right?
Yep.
All right. I think for this one, we got to do the URL just like Facebook, and we'll do portal members. Now this will be whatever Facebook and Twitter assigned to you. So it's what you've set up on the social media platforms. Do you have any other ones, Pat?
No, I just have those two for now. I'm thinking about doing LinkedIn later, but we just have those two to start.
Okay. And actually you bring up a good point. Some of these social media networks may not relate to your industry. Pinterest is a photo sharing website, so don't feel that you need to have accounts for all of these here. Just do what's relevant for your industry. And the last tab is just general configuration. If you're working on your site and it's not live, you can have a coming soon page on your homepage while you work on the internal pages. We'll leave it set to live right now. That's what I like to do always. And we can set a primary country here, Pat. It's the United States because it's Portland, Oregon.
That's correct. I don't want people searching anywhere else but Portland area, so it'd be just the U.S.
Okay. And this one's a good feature. So obviously on your site you can do location searches. I'll give you a simple example. I'll do Paris. So obviously there's Paris, Texas, and Paris, France. And these are auto suggestions from Google. It makes it super easy to search any location on your site. You don't have to drill down by country, state, city. That's old technology. This is the new technology. But what you can do with this feature, if you had set your site to France, Patrick, and we'll select France, and then select only search primary country, and if we save those changes, the only auto suggestion results we would see are for Paris, France. We wouldn't see any other results for Paris in other countries. So it's really good for hyper-focusing your site if you're serving a country like Australia or France or Europe or somewhere else, United States. In this case, we'll set it to no, and we'll just go to the top and select United States. Now, do you have a Google Analytics ID to track your traffic, Patrick?
I do not have one set up quite yet, no.
Okay. Google Analytics is free, and a lot of people want to know how many people are visiting their homepage and whatnot. You can just set up a free Google Analytics account, and then they'll give you a code like this one. It's like AU and some numbers, and you can put it here, and then your site will automatically start tracking the website visitors, how long they're spending on pages, which pages they're visiting more frequently. So it'll give you a little bit of insight as to the activity of visitors throughout your site.
Okay, I've set them up before, but I usually have to put it on a script on my website. You're saying I just need to put in the ID there and it's automatically going to start tracking?
Yeah, they'll give you like this complicated script code, or you'll also have an ID for your account. You don't need the complicated script code. You can just put the ID of your account.
Very cool.
So you don't need to copy that whole long thing. Website time zone, display distance in miles. The website currency is US dollars, and the key language is English here. Everything look good here, Pat?
Everything looks fantastic.
Okay, let's save the changes. What we'll do is let's go to the live site and let's see if we can see some of our changes. Most notably, we'll notice in the footer we didn't have social media links. I'll refresh the page. And now we have Facebook and Twitter. You guys might have not noticed before it said local business here. Now it says Portland General Contractors join our website today. So this is one example of how things will start to change on your site as you add more content in the admin area. And here's your phone number, 1-800-555-5555. So this is automatically updated for us, Pat.
Very cool.
All right. So congratulations. Lab number 1 complete. Let's move on to adding some categories so people can actually search for things on your website. Now, when you're adding categories to your website, I think Pat actually has a good rule here is try to keep it simple at first, because when you add more categories, those are more areas of your site that people can search, and if you're not getting members to sign up in all those categories, you're going to have a lot of empty pages on your site. Is that right, Pat?
Yeah, that's correct. And that's why with this particular site, what I wanted to do to start was just go after plumbing, electrical, and roofing. I could do a lot more, but I want to make sure when I call a plumber that I tell them this site is made for you. You belong on this site. That's what's different from the competition, is we're hyper-focused in those 3 areas. That way it's going to be easier for me to populate those when people are searching for plumbers. They're going to get results instead of me trying to have every single type of professional in the industry listed on my website.
Okay, great. So I'm going to show you how to add some categories to your site. So we'll just head back on over to the admin area. Currently, the member categories is in the toolbox. We are going to move it up into the members dropdown a little bit later. So if you're watching this video, if you don't see member categories in your toolbox, just know that it's in this section now under members. But for now, it's still in the toolbox, and we'll go ahead and click on member categories. Now, all the sites start with sample categories. These are obviously categories your members can list themselves in. And let me just delete the existing categories. We'll start with the sub-level categories. So we'll just highlight those, click on delete. And we'll delete the top-level category. So we'll start with clean slate here. Now, you mentioned, Pat, that you want to focus on plumbers, electricians, and roofers.
Yeah, exactly. Those 3 specific areas.
And you also mentioned that at a later time in the future, you might expand your site, maybe beyond general contractors.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. So a really good strategy when you're thinking about expanding your site in the future is to create a really general and broad top-level category. It can be just as simple as the profession name we chose in the general settings. And then we can add subcategories under those. So I'll give you an example, Pat. Let me know what you think. So as a main category, we can do Portland General Contractor. And Later, you can have a top-level category for like Seattle general contractor, and that way you're getting good SEO keywords, and you're keeping the top-level categories pretty general, which is going to allow you for room to expand more in your sub-level categories in the future.
I like that a lot because I was reading that I can only select one top-level category if I'm a member. So this will allow somebody to be able to say they do both plumbing and electrical on my website, correct? If I have one catch-all top-level category?
That is correct. So we've just created your top-level category. So the category name is Portland General Contractor. And then the slug URL, so this is again for search engines, each category name has its own live page. So this will be the URL for the live page. I recommend keeping it simple, but you can modify the URL. But when we're just getting started, we can just leave it with what the system has. So we have this top-level category. Let's add your sub-level categories, Pat. And you said, what were they?
Plumbing, electrical, and roofing.
Okay. And when you're adding sub-level categories, if you had multiple top-level categories, you would choose which one that they are attributed to. So now these sub-level categories will be under Portland General Contractor. And I'll save the changes. So we have our 3 sub-level categories, and you can see here it says the parent level is Portland General Contractor, which for right now is our only top-level category. But if we had more, we could toggle that and change that there.
So I see there's a slug URL. Are you saying that every time you add a category, the system automatically creates a page for that category?
Yeah, it does. And let's go to one of these pages here. I think we can go to live page. And there's obviously no results, but we could see electrical results. And we see we have, this is our setup site is quick15directoryup.com/electrical. So these pages, you brought up an excellent point, are automatically created for you by the system. It's all dynamic. And as members join, they'll show up in the search results here. We will show setting up a sample member and searching for one in just a few moments.
That's what I used to hate most about building websites, was all that nitty-gritty work setting up SEO templates, and it's all just done for me by adding a category to the category section. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, with a lot of, the old way to do it is you'd have to set up a page manually for every category and member that you'd want. Now it's just done automatically. So we're already halfway done with the setup of the site. So good job, Patrick. We got your categories set up. Lab number 2 is complete. Now the fun part where we can actually start designing your site is the homepage setup. So when you're setting up your homepage or just your entire site in general, you want to make sure that your words and your images and your colors really connect and resonate with your visitors and your potential members. So when we set up our homepage, we're going to actually dive into the design settings for the site, and there we'll be able to choose colors. We'll change some of the text and images that we're seeing on the homepage, and we're going to show you a little bit about how you can actually stream content on your site. So as you publish blog articles or new members join your site, they'll automatically show fresh on the homepage. You don't have to edit your homepage every day to show new content. It'll look like a lively, vibrant website with fresh content, which Google and search engines love, by the way. So Patrick, you have a vision for this site in your head?
Yeah, I want it to be simple on the homepage. I didn't want too much on there because I want it to load fast. I really want to have like an orangey feel to it since it is for contractors, or it could be like a yellow-black combination, kind of like Caterpillar or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to make sure when somebody signed up that I'd have like a place that could show like all the newest contractors that joined my website and just have like a simple search, and that's pretty much all I want on there.
Okay, so you're telling me the waterfall's not doing it for you?
No, it's not.
All right, so let's jump into the back end here. And what we'll do is we'll use the logo maker. We'll change some colors, and we'll modify the message here. We'll even change the search module. So we can, right now it's a keyword search, but I think I'll talk about it later. Having a category search would be better. And we'll change some of this stuff down here. So let's dive in. We got just a little bit of work to do. So where you want to go is the settings and then design settings. And let's start with the easy part so no one misses it. Here is the logo maker. You can actually design a logo here using an icon and colors and the text. So I'll just do something quick for you here. What was the name of your site? Portal Members?
Portal Members, yes.
So portalmembers.com, the #1 website to find Portland general contractor. So what I'm changing right now is, if you see right now it says my new website, the #1 website to find members anywhere. That's what I'm changing in the logo maker. And then I can also choose an icon, and I think there's a tool or a wrench or something in our library right here. So we can have a wrench, or we could have a home because you're servicing homes.
I like that.
The home, okay, we'll stick with the home.
Yeah.
And then you can also adjust the size. So if you have a short title, maybe you want to make the text bigger. If you have a very long title, you can make the font size smaller. And then what I love is that it's connected to the Google font families. There's a link here to check out Google Fonts. So you can, font families really make a site look unique. So I'll choose a font family that I like. It's I think it's Droid Serif. Again, there's hundreds of fonts there for you to check out. What's also good is you can hide the logo icon. So maybe you don't want the icon, you just want the text. You can hide that. So this is a quick little way to make a logo. And then let's go to the colors now. We have pre-made color sets. You can obviously see, guys, you can change colors yourself. And there's lots of places to change colors. The header design, the footer design. But what we have to make things a little bit easier, just to get the ball rolling so you can get the mood and the feeling and tone of your website, we have some pre-made color sets. So Pat, I'm just going to scroll down here. You mentioned yellow or orange and black. You know, we have like a Yellow Pages theme. We have an Angela's theme, which has very good for a consumer site. We have some corporate blue colors. We have a home improvement theme here.
Oh, I like, that's exactly home improvement, that orangey look. That's what I was hoping for.
Okay, so this kind of gives you an idea of what the color set would look like. Let's select this, and what we'll do next is let's change the text here and here. So this is a really important part of setting up your homepage. Is there's a whole tab dedicated to the homepage layout. And we'll start with the homepage search settings. First thing is the image. We want to replace the waterfall, and Pat has sent me the image he wants to use on his site. Pat, why don't you explain a little bit about how to find a quality image for your site?
Yeah, so there's the recommended size that displays right there. That's very helpful. So you want to try to find an image that is that size. And then ideally, because especially on desktop view, you're going to have half of the image kind of be perfect for placing a search module, and the other half having something that the people can relate with. So if it's like a pet website, it'd be a dog perhaps, or a pet owner with a dog. Construction site or home improvement, so you'd have a construction worker or a contractor. So that'd be offset to the left or offset to the right, not in the center, because most websites, you'll want to have the search module on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side of your website. So this image that we're uploading follows those best practices. It's a wide shot, plus it has the guy that's on the right, and Jason's going to be able to show us how you can control where the search module is, if it's on the left or if it's on the right or the center. In this case, you can see homepage alignment left, and that's why it's going to display on the left-hand side.
Well said. And before we change everything, we'll show you, as you can see, we have the waterfall on the right, and right now the search is aligned left. We can also align it in the center, or we can align it to the right. A good note for a homepage background image is try not to use an image that has a lot of white space in it. It just doesn't look good with text over it. It's going to look very empty. As you can see, we have a sky here. The focus of the image is the waterfall, but our search module is not obstructing the waterfall. And what you're going to see on mobile view, and I'll just switch to a mobile view here, what you'll notice is, you see we don't see the waterfall anymore, and that's done on purpose, because if we had the waterfall behind this text, this white water might make it hard to see the white text on the white waterfall. So we don't want the object of the image to get in the way of the search module and the title. So when people are on mobile, they'll still be able to easily read the text and the search module. And by the way, your Brilliant Directory site is 100% mobile friendly. As you can see, everything is aligning nicely. Even the main menu looks awesome. So people will have a really good experience. Nothing extra to code to make your site mobile friendly and tablet friendly. So what we'll do is, as you can see here on the homepage, we're using a keyword search. So we can search for John. There's no one named John. We can search for sample. There's a sample member. Locations. But what we want is we want to change this search module. Another cool thing with Brilliant Directories, there are over 20 plus search modules you can have on your homepage. We have search modules for searching members. We have some clickable maps if you want to just click on a state of United States or Canada, or region or province. We also have search modules to search content such as coupons, property listings, events, and then there's some additional options to hide the search module. Patrick, in my opinion, because you want to keep it simple and make sure people really find results, and because right now this site is only focusing on Portland, I don't think we need a location field. There's only one top level category, so it's a little redundant to have people select the one top level category and then the sub level category. I think we should just have the subcategory search module. So it'll just be one drop down choosing electricians, roofers, or plumbers.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Okay, so I've changed the main title text here and the subtext, and I'll go ahead and save the changes now. And I'll keep this home page open, and what I'll do is I'll open a new one here just as soon as this saves. I'll open a new tab here. And whoa, what just happened?
That is awesome.
We have a totally different site now. I'd say the slogan can be a little shorter so it doesn't go on 2 lines. Let me update that. So you might have to do a little spot checking. So
maybe like the place to find.
I like that. The place to find, and I'll make this the place to find Portland General Contractors. Also look at all these awesome keywords we have. We have Portland Contractors, Portland Contractors. The logo is actual text that says Portland General Contractors. Let's see if that fits. There we go. The place to find Portland General Contractors. We have the nice home icon. We chose the preset color design. We have start. Oh, this should say search for, not start. Let me fix that too. That's okay. This is so easy. So I'm going to change start to search for Portland Contractors here. And look what's awesome about this. Specializing in, we can also, let me change this text actually, which will be really nice. You can choose your 3 different drop downs here. Plumbing, electrical, roofing. So you're going to, if you can focus getting members signed up in those 3 categories, you're going to guarantee your website visitors, they're going to start actually seeing results of members, and that's going to make your site super useful right out of the gate. Now, Pat, do you think, should I go into changing this text here, or should I just show where it can be changed?
Yeah, I think my boss is about to come knocking soon. I got about 10 minutes left on my lunch break.
All right. So
we'll have to get to the other labs.
The homepage divider settings, you can change text here and icons. That will be this section here in the middle, or you can get rid of it altogether. And then, are you a local business? About my new website, you can change that text all in the homepage layout right here in the About Website and Join Offer. Before I go to the next section, I'm going to activate homepage section orders. I'm going to show recent members so you can stream all this awesome content on your homepage as soon as it's available. And we're just going to do show recent members for right now. So let's save the changes. There's so much.
Okay, so that's where I go to show recent coupons or most recent classifieds. I just select from the drop down and it'll show in that order.
Right, and if you have that content on your site, it will show those coupons or classifieds or recent members on the homepage.
Very cool.
and just
Okay.
choose the order that you want them to show in. I think there's about 15 sections. Just put them in the order you want them. So we'll save the changes. Let's give this a second look. And here's the, see, we have one sample member on this site, so now we see newest members here. And obviously when real members join, we're going to see some awesome pictures there. So good job on the homepage setup. Next is the main menu setup. When you're setting up a main menu on your site, I've seen people fall into the same traps. They create too many main menu links and they never end up making the web pages that those main navigation links actually link to. So do yourself a favor and keep it simple and start simple. You can always add more links as your site develops. But let's, just because of time, let's dive into the back end and let's add a few links to the main menu and change a few links that we have, and so we could set up a main menu. So what we want to do, here's our current main menu: home, how it works, website, blog, join. What I'll do is I'm going to get rid of the website blog because I don't have time to write a blog right now, so I'm going to get rid of that link. But I am going to add drop-down links to my categories that I set up. So let's do that together. Where you want to go to edit your main menu is actually, again, in the toolbox, go to the menu manager. You have some pre-made menus here, and the one we want to edit is the header main menu. And you'll see this matches what we have right now: home, how it works, website, blog, and join today. I'm going to get rid of the website blog and go to actions and delete. And what we'll do is I'm going to open my categories page here. And what I'm going to do is click on subcategories. And even better, I'm going to open all the live pages for these 3 sub-level categories. And what I'll do is I'm going to create a new link. And I'm going to call this Find Contractors. And we can just leave it like that. And I'm going to add 3 more links. I'm going to make them, nest them underneath here. It's super simple. It's a very intuitive system. And I'm going to get the names of my different categories. So I'll copy plumbing. That's the name. Roofing. And the last one was electrical, right here. And what I need is, so those are the names. Now I need to define where they're going to link to. So really simple. I'm just going to take what's after the /. I don't need the whole thing, and I don't want this because I'm going to be changing my domain anyways. So I'm going to copy the /, and I'm going to put that here. And I'll do that for plumbing as well.
Very cool. So when I point my domain, you're saying, because I'm just doing the after the .com, I'm copying from the / onward, the system will automatically make those links work with the new domain.
Correct. So I know a URL that will just go to all member search results. It's / search results. And you see that there's a green thing here. It means that there's drop-down links in here. So we can see the drop-down links. What I'm going to do is actually move this right after home because that's one of the main things I want people to do. So we're going to save the changes. And if we go back, we'll go back to the home page. And we now have home, we have how it works, join today, website, blog is gone, and we see find contractors with the drop-down links: plumbing, roofing, electrical.
That's very cool.
So you're good, Pat. Main menu check.
Celebration time.
All right, Lab 4 is completed. Now let's set up membership levels. And with membership levels, a lot of people try to get very elaborate and create all these complicated membership levels. But before you start counting the money in your head, keep your plan simple to start, because you're starting from scratch and you want to make it easy for members to join. The more levels you have, the more confusing it is for people to make a decision. I like to offer a free option when starting out, especially in my first few months, just to see if people even like my idea. And then when you're setting up your pricing page design, use words that matter to people. So you ready to set up your pricing page, Pat?
I am.
All right. So with Brilliant Directories, you'll notice there's Join Today and Get Listed Today buttons. And by default, we start you off with 3 membership levels. It's meant for you guys to edit and change these membership levels. What I'd like to do, Pat, is actually get rid of the middle one and just have a premium and a basic. Okay? So there's 2 places where you edit membership levels. The first one is in the Finance tab when you're actually setting up your products. This is where you can choose over 60 different settings, privileges, and restrictions, and set the prices for your membership levels. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and delete the featured membership level. Just to confirm here. And the next thing is I want to change my pricing. I don't want to offer a monthly plan. I want to just offer $99 a year. So I'm going to keep my basic, my premium. There is a way for general users to sign up to your account, and there is an account for you to, when you're ready, publish blog articles as the admin blog contributor. But I'm going to edit the premium level, and I'm actually going to change the name to Pro Contractor. That's what I want to call the name of that membership level. Lots of options here. We have videos that really go into depth in this, but I'm going to keep it simple for now. I'm going to remove the monthly pricing, keep the yearly pricing, $99 per year, even get rid of the 99 cents. And I'll go ahead and save the changes. And you'll notice something. I'm saving the changes here, but if I go to my pricing page, nothing has changed. The premium is still there, the featured is there, the basic is there. That's because this is more of a design, and what we just did is more of the administrative setup for a membership level. People get confused with this, but it's good to know that setting up the membership packages is different than what you're displaying on the front of your website. Let me show you where you can edit the design of this, Pat. So now that we've defined our membership levels, basic and premium, let's refresh this. We'll see that it's going to say Pro Contractor now. Where we want to go to edit the actual pricing page, what people see is the menu manager. And on the menu manager page, we want to edit the pricing page menu. And here we'll see premium, featured, and basic. This is what we're seeing on this page. And you'll notice there's a tree under here also. These are the things that are underneath the title. So we see premium, and then we see $19.99 per month. That's right here, premium, $19.99 per month. So the first thing I'm going to do, again, is get rid of the featured. I'm going to go Actions and delete all sublevels underneath that. We don't need any of those elements. And I'm going to change premium to, what did we call it, Pat? Pro
Contractors. Pro Contractor, yeah.
And the other one, we'll call it a basic listing. I'm going to open the tree, and we're going to do $99 per year, right? And this is what I was talking about. Let me go back to the slide. Use words that matter to members. So there's some promotional words here, you know, best value and results. So we can change that to connect with more clients. I'll fix this. Tier 1 in search results, list in 10 categories. So again, we only have 3 sub-level categories. You can, in the other area, the administrative area, you can define how many categories a membership level can list in. And Pat, the more categories a member lists in, the more visibility they'll have on your site because they'll be found in more categories. So maybe I want to change this to direct link to your website and public phone number to call you. So this is where you can change some of the promotional text that's going to resonate with your users. And I'll go ahead.
And I was thinking about having one where it's direct lead. So if they pay to be on our site, they can get contacted directly. And if they're free, they're not going to be able to. So could we have like direct leads for the Pro Contractor and
that, yeah, and we'll just use what I'm using on the free is just X's, so they'll see X's instead of those.
Perfect.
So, and then this one is a little more advanced. There is a way to make these wider, and because we're getting rid of the middle one, for those of you who want to just use 2, click on the edit, and it says col MD4. That's a reference to how many columns wide each one should be. And I'm just going to do 6 for both of these, and that's going to make them fatter and compensate for the third one that we got rid of. So now let's refresh this. All right, we have a pro contractor account, $99 per year, and a basic listing, which is free to join. And this gets a direct link to your website, public phone number to call you, get direct leads sent to you. That brings us to completing lab number 5, which was your membership levels. So congratulations, we're on the last step now, Pat. I think we may have gone a little bit over time, but guess what? It was worth it. Connecting your domain name. So let's go to our site. We've done main menu, we've done categories, we've done the sign up page. You can even sign up as a basic member right off the bat, but it still says quick15directoryup.com. You want it to say portalmembers.com, right?
Correct. That's the domain I have.
All right. So where we want to go to edit your domain name, I'll just start from the dashboard, so it's super simple to follow. Close some of these tabs. So from your dashboard, you can go to the settings tab, and the settings tab is a place you'll spend when you're first getting set up. You're not going to spend too much time in here after this initial setup. And you can also see, Pat, we're starting to see some check marks here.
So I can track my progress. That's great.
You can track a little bit of your progress here. So what we're going to do is go to the domain manager, and there are instructions and a video. So with a domain, you'll need to first buy your domain. You can go to GoDaddy, Network Solutions, Enom. There's tons of places to buy your domain name. And after you buy your domain name, you're going to want to change your name servers. And if you don't know what a name server is, that's okay. In the video on this page, we explain it step by step, and I'll quickly show you here as well. So I'm actually logged into my GoDaddy account and I'm editing the information for portalmembers.com. You might see something that says manage DNS or manage name servers or change name servers. If you're seeing change, customize, or edit name servers or DNS, you're in the right place. So you can click on manage DNS, and after that loads, so I've already done it. I've changed it to ns1.directorysecure.com and ns2.directorysecure.com. But if you haven't done that yet, you can just click change or customize, and then you would enter, there'll be 2 places to enter ns1.directorysecure.com and ns2.directorysecure.com, and then you just want to save your changes. So now I've already done this, and what I'll do is, after you've done that, is go to your domain manager, and this is our current domain. What I'm going to type is www.portalmembers.com, and I'll just paste that down here, and I'm going to add a domain. And also on the page, SSL security for your website is really important, and Google is going to start penalizing sites that don't have SSL security. So there is always an option here to add SSL security to your site when you're adding your domain name. And that's really the best time to do it, is after you've done your initial setup and you're connecting your domain name. So this should just take about 60 seconds to complete, and the page will reset, and we can see now the domain URL, the primary domain, is portalmembers.com. So if we go to portalmembers.com, here we go. We can now see, Pat, portalmembers.com up here. And you can see also it shows that the site's unsecure because there's no SSL. So again, I recommend getting SSL. But your domain is now connected. Let's go to some of those drop-down links. See /roofing.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
/electrical. How it works. Everything is working just like it should. The domain is connected. And honestly, besides adding some content and maybe some members yourself, your site's ready to rock and roll.
Wow, that is amazing. Launched a business during my lunchtime. Can't believe it.
Yeah, we did indeed. So in case you were wondering what you can do with Brilliant Directories, here's just a small snapshot of some of the features that come with Brilliant Directories. So if this is your first site with us, or you have many sites with us, it's always good to know what's possible. It'll get the imagination going on the different types of projects you can launch with Brilliant Directories. So we're really happy you joined us. for the lunchtime webinar series. Hope you can catch the other ones. Make sure you register for them. And if you have questions before starting your Brilliant Directories website, we're always happy to help, see what your idea is and the best way to get it working on the platform. You can claim a free 15-minute consultation. Just go to brilliantdirectories.com/consult. You can also email sales@brilliantdirectories.com or call our toll-free number 1-800-771-9332. We're always happy to hear from you and kind of powwow about what your ideas are and see the best way to get it launched with the platform.
This was a lot of fun, Jason. Thank you for your time and walking me through this, and looking forward to the next webinar.
Likewise. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great day.